The message for today is discernment. Discernment. And what is discernment? To me, discernment is basically having the understanding to know the difference between two or more things. Basically, good judgment call, ability to separate, compare, and understand the difference between. That's what discernment is. And we have to use discernment all the time. We use discernment with our friends and family. We use discernment with our decisions. We use discernment with new situations when we don't know, like, hey, should I go into this or should I not? Is this person real? Is this person fake? We always have to use discernment. And then when it comes to Christ, just using this discernment that we have when it comes to the word, because there's a lot of people that will preach to you or tell you things that are not of God. And we have to be able to have the understanding and wisdom enough to discern God's voice and the voice of the devil. Sorry that this is so quick, but I had to get on here and say something, so I can stick to this commitment of making a video every day. Discernment. I'm going to tie that up with having discernment for self. And that's something that I'm learning. This week has been full of letting go of vices, understanding vices, letting go of crutches, filling voids with things that isn't God, and now I'm learning to have discernment within myself, my actions, my behaviors, yes, self-awareness, but then also the reactions to that self-awareness that I have, as it relates to spirituality, so I am trying to practice discernment within myself when it comes to my way of thinking, how I respond to my anxiety, how I respond to my boredom, my worry, my stress, things like that. So I think it's important because there's a lot of things that are against us in the spiritual world that if we can at least have enough understanding and discernment within ourselves, we can control what we can control, and that which we can't, we can understand that we need to give it to God instead of trying to control it ourselves, Like a lot of things that I had anxieties and worries about are things that I had no control over, and that's the discernment that I'm learning. Is this something worth my worry, or do I need to give this to God? And if it's something I need to worry about, what can I do to control this situation, and if there's nothing else that I can do to control it, then I need to learn how to let that go, and really just keep my control within myself and then give God the control that he already has. So there's no particular scripture or anything that I have today, but I will say that Proverbs as a whole, Proverbs 1-4 is the one that I've been recently reading. If anybody wants to partake in that, just for, just a nice little cushion of understanding there too. It's all about wisdom and understanding. So I would highly recommend checking that out. But here we go. Video number 3.